What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm doing something quite different. I haven't really done this style of video before, so if you do like it, let me know. If not, I can go back to the career mode stuff or anything like that. But basically today I'm going to tell you about the struggles of being an Australian F1 fan. Now believe me, there is plenty of struggles of being a fan of a sport that is so niche and being so detached from it in a way, being from this part of the world. Like, literally no one knows anything about it. But yeah, I'm going to get into what it's like to be an Australian F1 fan and some of the struggles that go along with it. First off, the time zones. Most of the races are held in Europe, in the United States at the end of the season. So a lot of the races are held like from midnight, 1 AM, 2 AM. And when you get to like Brazil and some of the USA races, it's held at like 4, 5, 6 AM. So being an Australian F1 fan, you do not get a lot of sleep, especially if you've got like work, school, or something you have to get up early for the next day. In my case, I actually have to get up early to do like YouTuber Championship or just like collabs with other people. So yeah, if there's an F1 weekend on and I'm recording something later on, like I'll stay up till like 2 AM and then I'll like wake up 4 hours later to record YouTuber Championship. So most of the time I'm just like, having to like wake myself up. Or I'm sure a lot of like Australian fans themselves will like turn up to school on Monday morning and be like, what's going on? But it isn't all bad though, because we do have some good races that are good for us, time zone wise. Australia and Melbourne. We've got the Malaysian Grand Prix. China's not too bad either. Suzuka. Singapore would be nice if it was in the day, but unfortunately it's not. But yeah, there are some races where it's fine for us, but I do have to feel for my American counterparts here, because they literally have to get up at like 5 or 6 AM every single time there's a European race on. So the struggle must be real for those guys. Nobody knows what F1 is in Australia. Well, that's a bit of a lie, but like no one understands the sport like you guys do. It is so hard to just talk to anybody who knows about F1 or just is a fan of the sport in general. Like if I'm going to the supermarket or something like that, I see a guy in a Ferrari shirt, I'm like, legend. You don't see F1 fans in general all too much. Maybe if you're in Europe, maybe, but in Australia, they are so scarce. Nobody knows what F1 is. People hardly know who Daniel Ricciardo is. So yeah, I hardly know anyone personally who likes F1. There's my dad and there's my girlfriend, and she's from the UK. So no, I can talk to no one about F1. It is so hard when people are like, what, Ben, why are you pissed off today? Oh, Ricciardo got beaten by Verstappen today. Yeah, it was great. Why do you care about F1 so much, Ben? They only go round in circles. No, it's not quite like that. There's lots of strategy. It's very high speed. But it doesn't matter. They're just going around in circles. They're just sitting on a chair and just like driving around. Like, how is that even a sport? Why don't you watch something where people actually get off their asses for once? Like cricket. I'm not watching cricket. I don't know why a Ferrari supporter would tell me that F1 isn't a sport and that they're going around in circles being boring all day, but we'll continue. Another struggle of being an Australian F1 fan is we have no world champions. Not one. Not a single one. Wait for it. Except for Jack Brabham and of course Alan Jones. How could I forget those guys? But yeah, for the most part, like we have two world champions like altogether who won 4 world championships. You look at Germany, they win 1 trillion championships. England, they have a good driver every once in a while. I guess it could be worse. I could be an Italian F1 fan. You got Ferrari. No Italian drivers in F1 apart from the last Italian driver was like Liuzzi. So I mean, it could be worse, but still, it's pretty bad. Don't know why I did that. Another struggle for Australian F1 fans. We don't have an Australian F1 team. Not that it would be competitive or anything like that. It's just the fact that we don't have one. I know that Alan Jones won a championship with an Australian F1 team, a team that he built himself, but we, as a nation, we don't have an F1 team. I mean, like, there's McLaren for British people. There's what was I saying there? Germany has Mercedes. Ferrari is made by Italians, and I guess you could say the same for Toro Rosso a little bit. Red Bull is partly Austrian and British as well. Britain has everything. They've got Williams too. I mean, even the Caterham F1 team, if you remember from a few years ago, they were like from Malaysia. Malaysia had an F1 team and we didn't. To go with the bad time zones of you know, the F1 sessions and the F1 races, it's also pretty hard to tune in to watch a Formula 1 race if you're from Australia, unless you have Foxtel. There's literally only a handful of races that are on free-to-air over the course of the season, and even then, like, you're littered with ads over the course of a Grand Prix. Race starts, you know, you get 5 laps of action, then it starts to get exciting with the pit stops and stuff. Ad. And it's going to be an overtake for the lead. Ad. There's not been an overtake for about 2 or 3 minutes. Another ad. We come back and there's a safety car and we're like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, it's just, it's the commentary, not the commentary, but like just the coverage of F1 races is really quite bad. Like, we'll get the bare bones of stuff, but then, like, as soon as the race ends, like, there's no analysis or anything like that. It's very, very limited, and it's all pretty biased towards Ricardo, not gonna lie, but what do you expect? I think every nation is pretty biased towards their own nationality's driver, but yeah, it's hardly anything in the way of build-up or post stuff at the end, unless you're like watching a stream. Like, that's literally the only way we could watch something, unless we have Foxtel, like I said, which is our equivalent of Sky, by the way, if you didn't know. But and even then, when you're watching a stream, like, you get 50 viruses on your screen, and the quality is like, you know, a slideshow pausing every 2 seconds. So F1, FOM, if anyone from FOM is watching this, please make F1 come to online streams, and I will happily pay a subscription for service and give you guys money that way, because at the moment I need something to watch F1 with. And the final reason why F1 is a struggle for Australian F1 fans, probably the biggest struggle in all honesty, it comes in the name of Max Verstappen. I have one message for you, Max. Can you please stop? You're getting a bit annoying. That is all. Sincerely, Australian F1 fans. That's been this video for today, guys. It's been a little bit different. I don't even know if this was like at all funny or relatable to you guys. If you have any like struggles of being an F1 fan, no matter what country you're from, or if you like have struggles from watching like a different sport or something like that, let me know down in the comments. If you have any ideas for like other things I could possibly talk about, also let me know, and I might make a video about that. So I'm sorry if this might have been an absolute terrible, cringy piece of crap video that you never want to see again. That's fine, just let me know. But yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to my channel if you want to see plenty more F1 content, more or less on the gaming side. But yeah, that's been this video for today. Thank you guys, thank you goose, thank you guys and girls. 3% of my audience is girls, so I doubt any girls are watching this, but thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys for a brand new video very soon.